when you can listen to that opening and not be filled with a sense of dread? Hello fellow YouTubers and Star Wars fans alike. I made this video in response to one of the most talked about topics in recent Nerd Geek, the release of Star Wars on Blu-ray. And don't act surprised, everybody knew it was going to happen. George Lucas has, once again, made changes to his beloved trilogy. And fans aren't happy. Okay, one of the more talked about changes is Obi-Wan's cry at Dragon Call in Episode 4 when he saves Luke from the Sand People. And I've got to ask, why? Why did George Lucas feel the need to change that? Was it not cry at dragony enough? I mean, when you first hear it, it's a weird, threatening, alien-esque noise. And he saves Luke. Okay, let's go. Now it sounds like some kind of drunken yodel. You know when you're just walking down a street, and some douche and his friends drive by, shouting unintelligible noises at you, but you can't understand them because by the time the noise reaches you, they're already halfway down the street? I don't even understand you! Yeah, sounds like that. Now I'm not going to hate on every change George Lucas is making. The door to Jabba's palace is going to be bigger. Okay, whatever. And the Ewoks can now blink. And these are just little detail changes. Things added or edited to the movie to make it neater and to fix problems. Okay, great. Now Ewoks won't have that creepy, soulless stare anymore. And that's what we thought we were going to get when the films were re-released in 1997. But no, we got changes that were so severe, it was no longer about the scene, but the changes that were made to it. Such as Greedo shooting first. As most would know, in the original version in 1979 of Star Wars A New Hope, Han Solo was the one who shot Greedo first. But that was changed in the re-release in 1997 to Greedo taking the first shot. Now Lucas stated he made that change because he didn't want Han Solo to seem like some evil, heartless guy. Which makes perfect sense! It's not like Greedo pulled a gun on Han first, threatening to take him to some alien gang boss for a bounty. Dead or alive.
Over my dead body.
I mean, when I watched that scene, I was like...
Yes, I bet you have.
Jeez, Han. Don't you think that was a little unnecessary? See, Lucas doesn't stick to little changes that clean up his movies. He makes explosions that cause calamity within his fans. Like how Darth Vader will now reprise his stirring line of... Not once, but twice. To make it sort of a... In the scene in Return of the Jedi, where he saves Luke and tosses the Emperor over a ledge. Now I know Return of the Jedi isn't the most coveted amongst Star Wars movies, but I liked it. And while, yeah, you felt bad that it was over, you left feeling satisfied with the end to such a cinematic adventure. So fans, once again, must ask, why? Why did Lucas mess with this scene that was such a pinnacle point in Darth Vader's character? For him to choose between good and evil, to save his son or stay with his master. The scene was just done so well, and the choice Vader was facing made so obvious, that the only way to make it any more obvious would be to add words. I'm beginning to wonder if George Lucas is questioning our intelligence and interpretation of his movies. Clearly Vader was trying to remember if he'd left the stove on. In short, it was an iconic scene, much like our introduction to Obi-Wan and Han vs. Greedo, that didn't need to be changed or messed with. It's just a love-hate relationship with Lucas. You love the guy because he made one of the greatest trilogies ever, yet you hate him because he won't stop messing with him. Now, I don't live and breathe Star Wars, but it was something I grew up with. My parents had this VHS shelf full of a gazillion VHSs, and right there in S was Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. And they were just movies I'd grown up with, you know, part of my childhood. I know who all these characters were. I know who Luke was, Vader was, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Leia, Han. I knew who everybody was. And they were just iconic figures that were just part of my life when I was younger. And it's just hard watching him make continuous changes to something that was a beloved part of my childhood, and it's still a beloved part of my life today. So, first video talking about movies and whatnot. But what do you think? Do you like George Lucas's changes? They just keep getting better and better. Do you hate George Lucas's changes? Or do you even care? And please leave a comment about the review. Feedback's nice. Was it awesome? Not so awesome? Start a discussion. I like discussions. It'll be a nerd discussion. Right.